everyone, I'm here today with an unboxing of a deck that was not on my radar at all. I actually found it because I was going through Amazon, as you do. I was looking for a particular book or particular deck, and you know how it suggests things to you. Well, it suggested this one, and I had not heard of it at all. I looked at some of the pictures, and I thought it looked really cool. I'm also doing a course on my Patreon about astrology, and I thought this would be a really great resource and teaching tool. So I am going to go through it today. I have actually already opened this and looked at it because of my course on my Patreon, but I wanted to still do a flip through with you guys so that you could see it, see what you think of it, and you know, kind of give you my impressions of the deck so far. So this is a Hay House deck. It's typical Hay House. Luckily this time they have the thumb hole on the side. I got another deck from them that didn't, and it was hard to open. So, you know, I love the art style here. You know, your typical kind of Hay House box. Right. The inside is a lovely purple, and you can see there's sort of like a hint of a sort of a design in there, but it's not overly in your face. But I do like the purple in there. That's really nice. And then we've got our guidebook, which we'll look at in a moment, our typical Hay House guidebook. There's the back of our cards. There's, again, we've got that design in the middle there. So the back, I love the back. I think it's really pretty with the rainbow colors. I love this, you know, sort of compass type design. It's very graphic. This is matte cardstock. Again, not my favorite. I'm not a fan of matte, but at least it's not that rose petal that's really hard to pick up. As for the thickness of the cardstock, I like this thickness. It is not too thick where it's, again, hard to pick up, but it's not super flimsy and thin either, so I'm okay with that. There isn't anything on the edges. I do miss the days of the gold and silver gilding, that's for sure. But let's take a look at the cards. I'm going to zoom in if I can. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right. So we start off with the signs. Again, it's got this sort of very nice graphic quality. It's got a mix of sort of black and white and then color as well. Oh, there we go. That's better. Sorry about that. Okay. Taurus, that's, I find, really beautiful. Beautiful bull there with all of the earthy type of flora around there. Very beautiful. Then we've got Gemini. You'll notice that all of them, there's a number there. It's not too obtrusive. And then we've got the glyph there as well. Gemini, I like that it has two B's here because this is an air element. And Chris says cross-pollinate as its word. Let's see what the others were. Aries, it's act. Would agree with that. Taurus is cultivate. Gemini is cross-pollinate. Cancer, immerse. Very beautiful. We've got the moon here because Cancer is ruled by the moon. Leo, shine. I agree with that one. Virgo, digest. I love that it's got the wheat sheaf here. Very beautiful. Libra, balance, of course. Scorpio, investigate. Sagittarius, expand. Capricorn, achieve. I think this is a really beautiful one as well. And I love that it's got Saturn here in the background, which is the ruling planet of Capricorn. Aquarius, collaborate. And Pisces, sensitive. So we've got these beautiful fish here for Pisces. After that, it has qualities. So it has dignified, because certain planets in certain signs are dignified. They do well in certain signs. So that is the quality of dignified, which is strength. And then debilitated, some planets are not as happy in certain signs. So it says discomfort. So they're uncomfortable in those signs. And then retrograde, its keyword is review, which I would agree with. And then we have solar state. So we have solar calm, which is clarity. And then we have solar flares, which is activate. So the two sort of, you know, if the sun is calm or if we're having solar flares. Then we go into the luminaries and the planets. So we have here the sun, which is the source. It's very beautiful. It makes me think of a stained glass window. Moon, which is perception. Very pretty. I love all the colors. Go into the planets. We have Mercury and messages. We have the beautiful, I never know, Caduceus, I think it's called, where we have the staff with the two snakes entwined around it, the symbol of Mercury. Venus, beloved, beautiful Venus card. Mars and motion. Jupiter, abundance, very apt. I like to, they have the glyph there, so you can learn the glyphs. Saturn, structure. Uranus, change. Neptune, vision. Pluto, rebirth. And then we get into the asteroids, which are lesser known. We have Chiron and Heel, and I love that this too has a snake, but it has the single snake around the staff, rather than the Caduceus, which is the symbol of Mercury, which has two snakes. This is the symbol of, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, probably Asclepius, which is the healing god. So we have Chiron here. Ceres and nurture. Pallas, Athena, and think. So we have Athena's helmet here. The olives, very pretty. Juno and partnership. Vesta and the hearth. I think this is a very beautiful, beautiful card here, beautiful artwork. Then we have the nodes, which are not actual things in the sky. They are calculation points of eclipses. We have the south node, which is the past, and the north node, which is the future. So these are eclipse points. And then we go into the houses and also the cardinal compass points on the birth chart. So we have here the Ascendant, also known as the rising sign. So you see here it is showing the part of the compass that it is, which is the eastern part of the compass. Ascendant, which is the entrance. Then we have the midheaven, which is the top of the chart, which says pinnacle. We have the descendant, which is the western part of the chart, and it says invitation. You'll notice that it's the opposite of the ascendant. And then we have the bottom of the chart, the imum coli, which is a Latin term. I forget what it means, but it is basically the bottom of the chart, and it says root. And then we go into the houses. A birth chart's divided into 12 areas. It's like, think of it as a pie divided into 12 pieces. Each piece is called a house, and each one signifies different areas of your life. So we have the first house, which is arrival. Love this one, very beautiful. I love when they kind of have an animal with the flora around it. It's very nice. Second house, resources. Third house, communication. Fourth house is home. Fifth house is passion. Sixth house, sustainability. Seventh house, relationship. Eighth house is mystery. Ninth house is exploration. 10th house is authority. 11th house is community. And the 12th house is introspection. So very, very pretty there. Then we get into the aspects. Now, I would have liked to seen, they combine some of the positive and more challenging aspects, and I would have liked to have seen different cards for different aspects. So first we have the conjunction, which is when two planets are together, and we have alliance, and I love this picture of the geese flying. So they put the trine and the sextile together, which are easy aspects, they're harmonious aspects. I would have liked to seen one for the sextile and one for the trine. Here it has symbiosis. So we have this deer here and the beautiful birds. Opposition, confrontation. And then again, they've combined this, the square and the semi-square and quincunx. Most people don't use semi-square or quincunx. They are less common, but square is, I would love to see one just for the square and maybe different cards for the other ones. And here we have tension. And then we have transits, which says climate. So transits are what's going on in the sky right now. And progressions, and it says journey, which is the idea that the days after your birth, each day represents a year. So an interesting deck, I think. I would have made, a few slightly different choices. Like I think I would have maybe not done transit and progressions, and maybe had a card for the square and another one for the semi-square, a card for the sextile, a card for the trine. But I didn't make this deck. I think it is very beautiful. I think the artwork is really lovely. I'm using it, like I said, as a teaching tool, and that's what I find most astrology decks. They are good as teaching tools if you're looking to learn astrology, if you are using it to help others learn astrology. It's a very good visual type of aid. I did use this a little bit. I did try it out as just an oracle deck, like asking a question and pulling a card, and I found that it actually was quite accurate. So if you're not super into astrology, maybe you're looking to learn it, maybe you are just, wanting a deck with some astrology in it, I think this would be a good deck. I did find that the write-ups for the meanings were very good. So you both get, sort of a meaning from it if you're looking at it as shuffling it for divination. And it might help you to learn some of these different, the language sort of astrology. So the book is, a pretty typical Hay House book. Here. It is, you've got your how to use the cards. You've got reading methods. You've got some different spreads here. Sorry, my lighting is not so great. I'm not sure why that is. Yeah, what's going on here with the light? Okay, that's better. All right, and then it goes into each of the cards and their meanings. So you don't really get like a little what do you call thumbnail here, but it does have like a really good meanings for it. Like it has action, challenge, and gift. So if you drew it upside down, you could read the challenge, and then right side up would be the gift, action to take. So it depends on sort of what you're looking for. So it does have a couple of different meanings here, which is great. And I did find as far as just using it as a divination deck, it was really, it was really on point. So I did enjoy that. Overall, I would say this deck, like I said, I'm using it to, I'm sorry, I'm having challenging with the lighting here. There we go. I am using it as a teaching tool, and I think it's really good for that. But I think if you're looking to sort of learn, astrology, or learn some of the language of astrology, and you're looking for an oracle deck, I think this is a great one. And it totally flew on my radar. I haven't seen anyone unbox it. It was apparently released last year in 2021. I haven't heard anyone talk about it, but I think it's a good one. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I would recommend this particular deck. Let me know what your thoughts are. What are your thoughts on the artwork? Are you into astrology decks? Is it something that you're looking at learning? All of that kind of stuff. Thank you again for watching this. I really appreciate it. And as always, peace and love and rock and roll.